Hello everyone, this is VJose32 and this is my St. Patrick's Day mini deck collection for you. I figured it's St. Patrick's Day, I might as well show off some of my green decks and give you kind of a preview of what is coming up on March the 29th, which happens to be Good Friday, because that day I will be doing a complete deck collection video for your enjoyment of my collection up until that day. Now, just a little warning, because I have more green decks than some of you have decks. I probably have 10 times the amount of green decks than some of you have decks because I have a lot of green decks. A lot more than I actually expected or thought of. But anyways, I actually have a bunch of yellow decks too, more than I thought. I have like 10 or 11 yellow decks. But we'll get into that another time, I guess. Anyway, I did take a picture of, well, most of these decks for the Blue Crowns current contest, which is for St. Patrick's Day. Post a picture on the Facebook page ASAP of your green deck or decks, or however you want, green cards, whatever you want. And you might win a brick of green crowns. If I win, of course, it will come in your way somehow, someday, some way. If I don't win, well, somebody else will win. But anyways, let's get right into it. First of all, I got this one right here. I'll try to make some adjustments. My little Duke's toy cards, which is, falling apart even more than I hoped. Even more than I would like. The box is falling apart pretty good, actually. Oh no, the flap came off. But anyways, I did a review on these recently. It's got a diamondback pattern, as you can see. I just wanted to show you that. And I'll put these aside. Bear with me a sec. Then I got, we're getting bigger, mini green Riderbacks. Pretty cool, hard to find. Just got lucky, found them on eBay. Waddington #1s from England. They're not USPC, but they still handle pretty good. Better than the bridge decks, I think, that they have. Then I got my 96 Olympic set. One of them is gold, but the other one is green. I just reviewed them recently, and they come in a nice green case. And there's still green on this one, on the box anyway. So we got that. We got Deck of the Living Dead from Bent Castle. There is a black one, and there is also a green one. And again, not USPC, but pretty cool. And yes, I have reviews of all of these on my channel. Then I got this one, a World Cup 78 deck of cards. These ones are not great. Like I said, not great. They are very thick and cardboard-like, way off center, but they're kind of cool because they're from the World Cup in the year I was born, and I expect them to be a little bit better. I do like the faces. These cord cards are pretty cool. But other than that, not, oh great, I'm breaking more stuff. Unbelievable. Not, again, one of the best decks that I have. Then I've got, not what it looks like. I do have the holiday collection, but this is a green golden nugget. It's got a hole in it, but oh well, still kind of cool. We got, speaking of casino decks, a Demaco. This is at a Mardi Gras casino. Pretty good. It's in the Alpha series, Demaco Alpha series, and it's got a smooth finish, in case you're wondering. Then I've got Bicycle Call of Cthulhu, however you pronounce that word. This is a limited edition that they sold on the Kickstarter. Kind of cool. I've got the green acorn backs. I'm not going to look at every deck of cards, obviously. I got the Twilight. It's got some green on it, on the backs and the pips, so I figured what the heck. And there's also this one in the Fasten series as well, the Rejuvenate. Again, same thing, it's got green elements to it. And I got a green rider back. Nice. Green pastel bicycle deck. Kind of hard to see in this light. But there it is. Fournier 605 from Lee Asser. These handle pretty good. They have a smooth finish again, but they don't handle too bad, and they look pretty nice. We got green Arco. Not the best quality, not like the original ones, but it's alright. We got a green Hoyle. It's got kind of blue backs, but it does have green. Green Elephant / Tsunami deck. Pretty cool. Green Crowns, 2nd edition and 1st edition. I've also got a Svengali deck, which I didn't put on here, but I got one of those too. The NOC Knock deck, whatever that stands for. Tactical Field in green. There's also a black one. They don't handle the greatest, but they're still kind of cool, and it's a nice darker green. The only problem with Tactical Field decks is you never know what color you're going to get. If you order a brick, they might be all one color. They might be both colors. It might be more one color than the other. Just because they're exactly the same and they don't say the color on the box. Then there is the expert at the card table, Erdnase B deck, which I really probably don't have to show you, but there it is, in case you're wondering. This is a 2nd edition. The 1st edition actually has the back design of the cards on the back. Wouldn't mind getting one of those, but they're kind of hard to find. Then there's the Bicycle Griffin deck, which is pretty cool. I reviewed that recently. This one is kind of green. Bicycle Tall Stacks 92. And this is what the cards look like on the back. I'll show you. See? Kind of weird, but it is what it is. The Bicycle Bathing Ape deck, aka Bape, from an Asian shop. Oh wow, they actually handle decently considering they have gilded edges in gold. Again, I have reviews of all these decks on my channel, so go search for them, Bape, Bicycle Bape, and you'll find it under the Bicycle decks. Then we got some Heritage Series decks. The Safety back, right here, kind of cool. And the Nautic back, this one was from the Fear 11 set. Pretty cool. There's actually some new Nautic backs available at Walmart in white and pink. Pretty interesting if you ask me. Then there's a green standard. There we go. Green Phoenix back. I'm surprised it says Air Cushion Finish on it because I thought that was only allowed on Bicycle branded decks. I guess I was wrong. Then I got the Tendril, which it's kind of green, as you can see. So I figured I would put that in there. The B Erdnase 216, which has a new Erdnase finish, as they call it. It's a smooth finish. Looks pretty cool. I will review it soon. This is a sneak peek at that review, I guess. The wood grain to it. Then we got, it's sort of green. It's the Bicycle Hemp deck. It definitely has a green theme to it. So I figured, what the heck? Why not? And there's the Bicycle Reverse back, which is pretty cool. It's and very Christmassy, as you can see. And along with that, we have the original green deck from Magic Makers Inc. Which is the same thing, except that it has white borders, which is kind of silly. And green backs, while the other ones have basically white with green. I much prefer the reverse backs, but the other ones are cool too. Then I got a green nugget. Of course it's fake. This came from Mark Hilkemeyer at a website. He is the guy who was going to create the Compass 822 decks for Miss Meg, which never got funded, and these ones were made by him as well. There's only like 50 of them made, I think, and they're made by some company in Germany, I think. They're not the greatest, but they're kind of cool. Then I've got the Bicycle Irregular, which is kind of a fluorescent green color, and you can see it's really out of whack, really crooked, from an Asian guy. And then there's a green Artifice, which is pretty cool. A kind of green angle with purple. They have a reversed back of this, which is purple with green instead of where the purple is on this one, but I didn't put it in here because it's more purple. And they might have another green one in the rug back, but I can't remember. Then there's the Eco Edition, definitely green. In fact, that's the whole theme of the deck. Then there's the Tally Ho in green, again from an Asian guy. There's also pink and orange now. Then there is Smoke and Mirrors V4, the Eco, and the reprint, which has even more green on it. Then there's this Robert Graham. Bleh. Really confused. I don't know how I got Ralph Lauren, but it's a Robert Graham playing cards. Again, it's not really entirely green, but it's got green to it, I think. And then I got all the holiday ones. The Santa deck, which I just got and reviewed. Sadly, it's got some damage on the box, but it's kind of cool. And then there's the holiday back, which is nice. I like it. And the leaf back, which is a newer version, I guess, of a really old school back design, which I like. Especially since it's the maple leaf and I'm Canadian. Yeah. And that's what I got. There is some that are missing that are coming still, like the Bicycle Army Men deck from Kickstarter, the Emerald Ornate deck from House of Playing Cards, and hopefully the Bicycle Heads deck, which is based on a Heads Maze, which is kind of cool. And that's from Kickstarter as well. Those are still to come for green decks. And who knows what else. There's also a couple other ones that I thought about including, but then when I looked at them, they weren't really green. They're kind of a mix between green and blue, like the Fathom deck from Illusionist, and the Tendril deck was pretty close as well. There's also the Timeless deck and the Legends deck. There's one Legends deck that's like a light blue, almost a green color. I almost included those 3 decks as well, but I didn't. But anyways, it's my green collection. Like I said, stay tuned coming up, and my phone as well. Coming up in just a couple of weeks, just under 2 weeks, my complete deck collection of like probably 800 decks by now. I really don't know. I've lost count. People are always asking me, how many decks do you have? I don't know. Stop asking. I'll tell you when I know. Hopefully I remember to count them this time when I do the deck collection, because last time I did the deck collection, I forgot to count. But anyways, that's what I got, and I'll see you next time.